Greetings, Head of School Katie Titus, Deborah Simon, and the Board of Regents, faculty, staff, and family. My name is Vincent Rey, class of 2006 alum, and I have the honor of addressing the 2020 graduating class of Mercersburg Academy. As a postgraduate, I only had the opportunity to be at Mercersburg 1 year, but oh, what a year it was. While there, I was a part of a Maple League championship football team, did one of the hardest things ever in wrestling, threw discus, javelin, shot put, and ran sprints in track and field. I learned ballet and dance class with Miss Dalton and learned how to program in my robotics class with Dr. Maurer. Though brief, my experience at Mercersburg was life-changing. Let's face it, these are times like no other. I'm addressing you in front of a camera lens. I think back to September 11th, sitting in my biology class on a Tuesday morning in Queens, New York, and seeing smoke coming from one of the towers. Getting home and being relieved to see my family was safe. Those were challenging times. But even now, not having a physical graduation, not being able to spend time with your closest friends at Mercersburg, along with fear of the unknown for the coming year, these truly are times many of you have never seen. So, what to do? I have 3 points on what will be vital in your next steps, but rest assured, because thankfully, it is already within you. Point number 1, remember your training. I had the privilege to play 9 years in the National Football League and as a linebacker with the Cincinnati Bengals. I had some memorable moments, but none more memorable than the following. It was 3rd down. Our home crowd is cheering loudly and I'm on the field making sure my teammates know what to do. Looking at me on the other side is my opponent, quarterback Philip Rivers of the Los Angeles Chargers. Already being an NFL great, Rivers was savvy and was known to wait until the last possible second to start the play, in hopes to get you to reveal what you would do as a defense. We looked eye to eye and I did not show my hand. Finally, with the clock going low, I shifted the defense, not leaving him enough time to change the protection so his teammates could protect him. The ball was snapped, he was left vulnerable, and my teammate ran and tackled him in the backfield. Sacked. We win the play. Remembering my training was crucial to my success on our team. However, in order to remember your training, there must be some sort of training to remember. When my team faced adversity in the game, we could look around at each other and remember all the work that we put in together for weeks and for months. And being reminded of our training would tell us that we were ready for the task at hand. 2020 class, you have been prepared. You have been trained. Whether it was dealing with block scheduling, the rigors of academics alongside the other extracurricular activities that are famed at Mercersburg, or just learning to live with classmates from different states and different countries, you have been uniquely prepared. In times of preparation, my coach Marvin Lewis would encourage diligence by telling us this: whatever is in the well is coming up. That is, the only thing you can reap is what you have sown. Class of 2020, by arriving to this point here at Mercersburg Academy, the water in the well is more than enough. You have earned the right to be confident, so be confident. As my coaches would say, you don't have to be a superhero, which is the temptation to be when things aren't going according to plan. The training that has brought you to this point will sustain you. Remember your training. Point number 2, wear the radio. Wear the radio, which means to serve others. On every NFL team, the quarterback wears a radio in his helmet. This equipment allows him to hear what the coach is telling him from the sideline or the press box. He has to dispense the information he receives to the other men on the field with him. The same thing is true for the defense. For years, I was tasked as the one who would wear the radio. It was a great honor, but also it was very tough. For most of us, Most of us don't want to be responsible to tell others what to do when tens of thousands of fans are yelling and screaming. While everyone else only had to worry about defeating the man across from them, the one wearing the headset has to worry about all the members on the team knowing what to do. But when the job is done right, everyone benefits. Class of 2020, wear the radio. In life, there will be times you have an opportunity to serve, such as volunteering. Most of us don't naturally like volunteering, but in doing so, it will make you an asset to those around you instead of a liability. Serve. In humility, count others as more significant than yourself. You may not get the spotlight on you. In the game in which we sacked Rivers, I didn't get credit for the play that was made. However, it was for the betterment of the team, the greater good. Class of 2020, wear the radio. Point 1, remember your training. Point 2, wear the radio. And my final point is this: draw the line. In a game, there were many times when you knew the next play would greatly determine whether you won or whether you lost. In those high pressure moments, I would imagine a line in the sand and make up my mind that my opponent would not get any further. Draw the line. It didn't matter if the person across from me was bigger or faster or stronger than me. As Coach Mike Zimmer would tell us, everyone is counting on you to do your job. Whether it's completing a research paper, being a part of a group project, or leading a business through turbulent times, or making tough decisions in general, draw the line. If it is to be, it's up to me. And again, have no fear, because it's within you. Class of 2020, you have been trained, studied, gone through an arduous 4 years, and not only finished, but excelled in doing so. Classes have continued virtually, and you've still thrived, even though you're separated by state, country, and time zones. There is no glory without a story, and this class of 2020 surely has a story. In my playing days, I learned to love pressure. For in those pressure moments, I learned that we as a defense will rise to the occasion. Your team, the class of 2020, will rise to the occasion. The effect of this global pandemic has created pressure, but you've shown for years that you are able to thrive under great challenges. As the game was getting toward the end, Philip Rivers was leading his Los Angeles Chargers down the field in an attempt of a comeback win against us. After telling my teammates what to do upon hearing it from my coach through the radio, I remembered my training, dropped back in coverage, and made the game-winning, game-ending interception. I drew the line. I drew the line. When you serve, the spotlight will eventually come on you. The ones who refresh others will themselves be refreshed. Class of 2020, my alma mater. You've got what it takes. 1, remember your training from your parents' sacrifices and the time at Mercersburg throughout the years. 2, wear the radio by giving your time, even though you may not be recognized in the moment, since it's for the greater good. 3, draw the line and make up your mind by embracing the pressure, since what you need to succeed has already been put within you. Thank you.